Hello and welcome to Unqualified Experts. That's Xia. I'm Nick. This is the show where we try to help the internet's most comical, outlandish questions, one problem at a time. Starting off today, we have a message sent to you directly, Xia.
Oh, we're starting off with a message sent to me directly.
Yes, from your website on your contact form. A gem of a message from a great human being.
Oh boy,
trying to
okay.
save you from the evil doings that you are going towards in your life.
Oh, another one of these. Okay.
Yes.
I don't get these too often, but I do get them sometimes. Let's hear this.
The title.
Oh, no.
Hear me out.
Okay.
You always know it's going to be good when someone says, hear me out.
All right. Oh boy.
And by the way, this is written horribly. So if it sounds like I can't read, it's not me, it's them. Bear with me on this one. I don't know your personality. You seem outgoing and full of life.
Thank you.
I'm 43.
Okay.
You're a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
And the cosplay stuff and skimpy stuff is fine. What cosplay stuff have you been doing? I haven't seen any cosplay.
I've only done the elf cosplay thing that I did.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to think of something else.
I don't know you as a cosplayer.
No, because I'm not really. So I've done the elf thing. I do some in like Pikachu stuff sometimes. And then I've done the most complete-ish looking one I've done is Mira.
Okay. All right. So you've done one
I've
to
done a
two at
couple.
most.
I've done a couple.
Really, not a cosplayer.
No.
I know you would want to be
I
one.
want
It's
to
just
so bad.
very expensive.
Such an expensive hobby to get into.
All right.
But
Let's get back to the gem of a message.
Okay. So
Okay.
go on.
I'm 43, says the man. You're a beautiful girl. The cosplay stuff is
This is
skimpy.
nice so far.
Stuff is skimpy. Stuff is fine. Fine doesn't seem. It's fine. Okay.
It's fine, but I really want to see your asshole.
No. Thanks, by the way. Just help
Damn
me out the
it.
YouTube algorithm. YouTube doesn't like that. So
really
good job.
See your butthole. That's what I meant
that
to
doesn't
say.
help you. They don't want that either.
Well, how are we supposed
This
to
is
do
like
our show then?
YouTube is turning into like
How are we-
terrestrial radio. Like, don't say anything.
How are we supposed to do our show?
No, I know it's ridiculous. But don't peddle yourself. When you get older, you will 100% regret it.
Oh, I like how he's telling me how I'm gonna feel.
I've seen it 100 times over. Have you?
How many women do you know
None. He's making that up.
that do this?
It's not too late.
Oh.
Even if you've several show. That's the sentence, by the way.
I don't know what that means.
Don't know. They actually do disappear over time.
What?
I don't understand. I'm going to
what
read
you're
that
saying.
again. I don't understand. It's not too late. Even if you've several show, they actually do disappear over time. You're a crazy person, sir. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Please consider my words.
Oh, boy.
And also remove the spread eagle pic from Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow. So he's really wanting me to remove photos. So this man, he's trying to save me.
So first off, spread eagle pic. Now you're thinking, if you don't know what he's talking about, you're thinking, oh my God, Xia spread her legs open and just showed everything.
Her pussy's out there everywhere.
Damn it, you did it again.
I can't not. This is the show.
Yes, but oh God. I mean, they don't show the show to people when you say things like that. Listen, I hate it. I hate that YouTube is, like an old aunt being like, oh my God, how do you say those words?
Like, all right, Grandpa.
But we're trying to grow.
Yeah, all right.
So we'll put the picture up right here, right now, so you'll see it. You're not nude.
No.
You're wearing a Pikachu, like, I don't even know, like, what would you call it?
It's like a little, kind of like I wouldn't even call that lingerie. That's like.
Not even.
No, that's a step above lingerie. That's like, I don't know. It's bigger than a bikini.
It's like shorts.
It's like a pajama set.
So basically,
It's almost like a Pikachu pajama set.
don't ever spread your legs, because you're going to regret that for the rest of
Well,
your life.
That's unfortunate because I've spread my legs a lot.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, that's how I sit a majority of the time. I'm trying not to show my
Gotta air it out.
my pants. You gotta keep it aired out. Why do you think
Ugh.
it smells good?
Oh,
Gotta keep it nice and airy down there.
Oh,
Keep it
jeez.
cool. I don't want a sweaty snatch.
okay. So please consider my words. And also remove the spread eagle pic from Twitter.
Wow.
Okay. Honestly, I didn't mind looking myself. It's the duality of man. I was getting philosophical on you.
Men like women. Ah, yes.
But my heart forces me to write to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your personality is large and booming,
Thank you, I guess.
keeping limits on at least the full-blown exposure. Dangles enough left for the imagination. You may also have kids one day. Even if you don't want them now. No, it's never, sir. I know you're saying, well, you might change. No. Because listen, even if we did, right? We can't afford to live now. Sir, we have a month to figure out where we're living because guess what? We can't afford rent here anymore. They raised it for a 1-bedroom to over $3,000. If we had a kid now or even in the future, it ain't happening, man. It ain't. We don't want them to begin with.
I never wanted kids. And everybody always kept saying, you'll change your mind. You'll change your mind. Guess what? I haven't and I'm not going to.
And if we do.
And if we do, I also don't care.
Yes, by the way. And if we do, when we're older, we're going to adopt. Mm-hmm.
That's what we do. We're going to adopt a baby.
But we're probably not going to do that either.
No, but if we do, it's going to be an Asian baby.
Like, sir, we're not young people. We're old.
Yeah.
We may look young. People be like, you don't look like you look old. But to some people, we may look young. We are old. God.
Yeah, no. And first of all, second of all, I wouldn't raise my kids
prude
to have this puritanical view on the
close your legs.
It's funny because I was just talking about that on the last episode with Jenna. I was literally talking about how I'm so glad that I wasn't raised with that puritanical sort of weird body. A body is shameful and you got to be like...
Be shamed.
I don't like that. I think that that's a horrible way to view the world.
Well, you're ruining society. So, I mean, that's on you, man. You're going to hell. You're going to burn in hell.
Well, look, I was going to burn in hell anyway. I was not raised as a religious person. I was
what? Oh, my God.
I was raised as a heathen. And look, I'm glad that I was. Like, for all the mistakes that my father made, I think he did some things really right. And I think that was one of those things that I just was never raised to be ashamed of my body. And I don't think that anyone should be. But if you're not comfortable showing it, I don't think you should either. I think you should do what you're comfortable doing. This whole thing that we keep doing where we talk down to other people with whatever decision that they make, when it doesn't affect us in any way, I think I guess maybe he thinks that I'm going to regret it one day.
Well, there's more. I mean, I could read.
Oh, there's more?
There's more. That wasn't the end of it.
That wasn't the end?
So I'll read again.
Oh my God.
You may also have kids one day.
No.
Even if you don't want them now. Things change over time, and that's a fact for most people.
Okay, yes.
I mean, no disrespect.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Money comes and goes, and you can definitely make good money leaving some left to the imagination.
I don't know what that means either.
Thank you. Take care. Viper Hot Rod Ben? Viper Hot Rod Ben.
I don't know who this person is. It's not someone I interact with on a regular basis.
You're a 43-year-old man, dude. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Listen. I want to curse, but I'm trying to be better for YouTube. You know, YouTube wants me to be a better person. I'm trying to change over time, like you said, Viper Hot Rod Ben. Screw you. You're the biggest a-hole. I hate people like you. To the fact that is, you are trying to tell people how to live their life. Don't do that. No one likes that.
No.
Listen, if you want to help someone who's drug addicted, who's homeless, or like, you can help people in those regards. Go to a soup kitchen. There are ways you can help people.
This is not the way.
This is not the way.
No.
And by the way, even like her sister is a drug addict who's in jail. We can try to be like, hey, don't do drugs and try, but they're not gonna. They have to want to change, right? Even then, that is still like it's not going to work.
No.
But to tell someone how to live because you don't like it.
Well,
just like certain comedians, like, you shouldn't say that. Why? Because you don't like it?
Right. Well, and it's also based on your moral compass, which is not going to be the same as everybody's. So what you're saying basically is, I think that this is going to ruin your life, so stop doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, dude, she's a grown adult. She's 45, 50.
I look great for my age. I've been sacrificing virgins to the volcano.
She's almost at menopause. She can make her own decisions.
I can't have babies.
And also this thing of like, well, the spread eagle. If you guys see the pic, I put it up in post. You see that she's not naked. It's a harmless pic.
It's pretty harmless.
Should children be looking at it? No, but it wouldn't hurt. But kids shouldn't be looking at that stuff to begin with. You know, watch your kids. You know
what? Amaranth said it on her stream, and I was like, you know what? That's absolutely right. Because this doesn't just happen to me. This happens to everyone.
Every girl this happens to.
All girls online. So.
We literally, because Jenna was just on the show. You did a live show on Twitch together.
Yes.
And after the show, we were like, oh, this is Amaranth. She's the biggest Twitch streamer, like as a female.
Put her on
for literally, in 10 seconds after we put her on, there was someone being like, you should really, what about the children? And you should put clothes on, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh my God, shut up. If you don't like it, that's fine. Then don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Stop trying to preach and, you need to change.
Well, and Amaranth said it, and I was like, oh shit, that's a good point. Because my point was
Thanks
always...
for cursing. Appreciate it.
Dang it. Wait, what did she say? What did I say?
You said OS.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, and I was like, oh, so that's a good point. See, I don't even know I'm cursing when I say it.
Yeah, what's her point?
She said, she's like, it doesn't matter. I've had kids run up to me at the beach when I'm in my bikini and stuff all the time, and they just want to play. She's like, kids aren't looking at this sexually.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, what's the difference, sir? She's at the beach wearing a bikini. Oh, cover up. And by the way, I love these people because usually listen, I'm not trying to crap on you if you're religious, right? But I've noticed religious people, especially Christians, are all like, oh, you need to stop. I need to save you. But they're the same people who hate Muslims, right? But you basically want her to wear a burqa. That's what you're saying. You need to cover up. You need to be modest. It's like, shut up, you phony F. God, I hate the Muslims. They need to wear, the burqas are evil. And it's like, but you need to cover up. It's the same thing.
Well, if you also look at women in the Jewish faith or
it's all the same.
What are they called? The missionaries? They had to wear the high collars.
Yeah, the nuns and all that. And it's like, it's fine if you want to do that, but don't tell other people how to live.
Yeah. That's what I can't say.
I'm not going to Viper Rod Ben, whatever your name is, house and be like, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. I'm not trying to say, because that's ridiculous. It's not my business of your life.
That's what it is though. I see a lot of girls get that these men really are like, I need to save this girl. She's going to ruin her life.
It's like they feel
this
it's
sort
like,
of connection.
I'm sorry. I'm just so, it's like the other guy who comments on these videos being like, I can't believe you're with this clown. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're insulting her. You're not insulting me. You're insulting her. She married me. She wanted to be with me, okay?
I chose this man.
Yes. And I'm the guy who would walk away at any second because you know what? I don't care about anything in life. I've been so tormented. She's like, what? I've been so tormented and abused as a kid and been through so much mental crap that I don't want to be here. People are like, oh, abortion's evil. I wish I was aborted to not have to stay up and have night terrors all night and be struggling during the day and have horrible anxiety and get the shakes and sweat profusely around people and can't do regular conversations. I hate it, right? But these people are like, oh, and then you don't understand, dude. You're not part of this life. This is our life, buddy. You see a portion of the show. You're insulting her. You're a piece of crap, dude. Just like this guy. All right? Just shut up.
Nick is on one today because I feel like I need to explain. We've been buying a house, looking for a house.
I mean, not
trying.
Horribly buying a house.
It's not going well.
Every offer is like, nah, which I get because people are dropping mad bills. Like they're paying $70,000 over asking and we're like, we don't have that.
No. So we're in like a weird situation where we're either going to be buying or renting. If we do rent, we can get a little bit cheaper, but for a lot smaller
Here's
space.
the problem, though. The one place that we could actually rent for a little bit cheaper, they have one spot left. And depending on if we get the place we put an offer in, if we don't get it and too much time goes by and that one spot's taken, we have nowhere to live. We will be home. Now, listen, it's not your problem. I don't want to burden you with our stress. This is not about that in the show. She's saying that because why is Nick riled up?
This is why.
I haven't been sleeping. I've been stressed. But guess what?
Really
I feel this way anyway. Screw you. People are like, Nick, why are you always angry? I grew up in Brooklyn, right? I was a white kid harassed by minorities. Do I hate minorities? No. I just understand that's the product of the environment. All my friends are black and Spanish and everything. I don't hate them. But I was bullied. I was picked on. I was abducted in first grade by two black kids. All right. People are like, what the? Yeah, shit, crap has happened to me. All right. I was also it doesn't matter. But I'm saying that's why I act the way I am. Because he always says people get the wrong idea about you. They always think you're angry. And I realize it's because I had to act like either a crazy person or have that energy to not be attacked constantly in Brooklyn.
I told him that today in the park. We were walking because I never understood what it was about Nick that turns people off. Because when people get to know Nick, they love him. Everybody who gets to actually know Nick loves Nick. But when it comes to just sort of meeting him for the first time everybody hates him. And it's interesting. And I realized it today. We were taking a walk at the park because summer's running out. We're trying to enjoy the last few good days we've got left. And I realized, I was like, it's because you have a very aggressive energy. You're super aggressive.
I mean, not anymore here where we live now, but when I was in Brooklyn, I took the city bus when I was in 4th grade. I was alone. 4th grade, I was alone. I was a little white, and I'm tiny to begin with.
Yeah, you still are small.
I'm very skinny,
guy.
very tiny. I'm not tall. So I was a target all the time. So to combat that, you had to either look crazy or completely angry so people wouldn't mess with you. So I had that energy where I had to keep putting that out there, and eventually it started to work. Now, that doesn't just go away over time, right?
No.
I've gotten better. It's weird. I talked to her. I said in college, I had to kind of take it back.
Because you were going to some nice college.
I was going to a nice college in Jersey.
And from Brooklyn.
And it went so far the other way where it's like, that guy's a flaming homosexual.
You're like, whoa, too
like,
nice.
wait a minute. Oh,
nice.
Hey.
I went too nice.
Nothing wrong with that, but that ain't me.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
My name is Nick. Like, that's what people were then perceiving. And it's like, oh, well, I can't win either way. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but also that's not kind of the energy I would put out either. You know what I'm saying?
It was off-putting to learn how to fight with Nick, because we would get into like not even real arguments.
Yeah, she couldn't. With these put up the dukes.
Nick, the bruises are just starting to heal.
Nah, you can't bruise. You got to bruise over here, the body. Organ bruises. That way it doesn't show.
Don't do it. They're just starting to heal. And I had to learn how, because, and I'm used to it now, even though there are still times when I can tell he's worked up and like agitated, where he's getting more aggressive.
I'm not worked up, I'm fine.
And I'm like, all right, we gotta calm the F down here. But it was, I used to always think you were mad, or you always think you were mad at me. And it took years for me to realize that that's just how you are a majority of the time.
Well, it's
but
twofold.
It took a long time to get there.
Yeah, I'm mad because it seems I'm mad because of how I grew up, and that's Brooklyn. You know what I mean? On top of it, it's because I am mad at myself, even though it's not it's the whole thing about being abused and stuff is you blame yourself. So everything that happened in my life, you blame. So it's like all the stuff I deal with that I can't control, PTSD, anxiety, whatever it may be, you blame yourself. It's like, why can't you be normal? Why can't? So I'm also angry at myself, which I shouldn't be. Therapists would be like, that's not good for you. But it's hard when every day you're struggling doing a simple task. Like having a regular conversation. During interviews, I almost faint.
Yeah,
that's not normal, and I hate that.
A couple of times I've had to go to interviews with him and just stay in the car, just in case, of being like, if you need me, I can come in and get you. Yeah, which is rough. It's not a rough thing to deal with.
I don't want to dwell on this because we're already like 20 minutes.
We're 20 minutes in, and we're like, this is.
But for people like this guy who message about trying to save you and you should cover up, it's like that's not. No one wants to hear that.
I'm not ashamed of my body, and I don't think anyone should be. I don't think that showing your body is like a morally reprehensible thing, and I don't think that people who think it is are typically judgier than the people than people who don't. And I'll get comments too. Oh God, one guy also commented on that same photo, and I didn't even see it.
Really triggering photo, which is to me it was so tame.
Oh, to me that's such a tame photo. Yeah. It was cute. I like that photo, but it was so weird because I didn't even see it for the longest time. Because I get a lot of Twitter alerts. I don't look through every single one. That would be kind of insane. But
you wouldn't have time
I wouldn't have time, no. It'd be...
That's like all the people who message you, and it's like, why don't you respond? I physically wouldn't have time in the day to message everyone back.
My whole day would just be messaging people.
Yeah. And
I can't do that.
And like on we could say OnlyFans on YouTube, right?
We can.
Yeah, so on OnlyFans, she messages people because they pay, because that's the job.
Well, yeah, I have to, that's my job.
But it still takes up so much time because it's a lot of people.
It takes 2 to 3 hours a day of answering messages, and then when it comes to actually posting, but I enjoy doing it, and honestly everybody on OnlyFans is so lovely that I get to message with, like, and I think that's why, because they're there to support me and they like me, so the conversations are great. Like, I love them all so much.
Yeah, most times you wouldn't pay and then be like, I hate your guts.
Right.
It's like, why did you pay for this?
I'm like so attached to my little OnlyFans family. I really love them. But that's part of it, is like I wouldn't have the time to go through all of my messages, and I'm sorry to people who have messaged. Sometimes I'll go through and like try to say something to a couple people, because it is usually people saying nice stuff, but it's also like a weird mix of the most bizarre stuff. Like it'll be
like this
stuff like this, or stuff. Yeah, people telling me that they hate me, or even just a bunch of guys in the Middle East trying to video call me. It's a lot of that.
That's
so
funny.
I just get a lot of like missed calls, and I'm like, what is all this?
Yeah.
So my message request folder is just a wasteland of weird. And then sometimes I'll come across a message or two from someone who's legitimately saying something nice. But then there are so many that like there's a bunch that get pushed down that I just don't see, because I wouldn't have time to do that. That would be my full-time job. And if for OnlyFans, I'm okay with it being my full-time job, because that is how I make money. So like that makes sense. But anyway, so, and I didn't even see it because I wasn't looking through but the original comment was something along the lines of, you're not special, right? Like it was. And this is all triggered because of a photo. And it really, most of these guys are not half as clever as they think they are. They come on thinking they're going to say something really like impactful and like, I gotcha. And you look at it and you're like, you've said nothing.
It's so sad.
And it's very sad. And I don't.
Wait, what did they say again? You're not special?
Something along the lines of, you're not special. Like, that you're not special, right? Also, you come with the same parts as every woman. Like basically saying we all have the same stuff. And if it wasn't for sex, would you have anything, or would you have any value? So it was like this very bizarre sort of asinine, like he thinks he's making this great point when what he's basically saying is, hey, you provide entertainment, and I provide entertainment of different kinds, right? Entertainment on Twitch, entertainment here for this, entertainment on OnlyFans. So some of it's sexual, some of it's not, regardless of whether or not he thinks it adds value to his life, which is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It adds value to someone's life because people are there supporting and consuming whatever it is that I do.
People have literally said, Twitch, thank you for streaming. This really helps me out in dark times, blah, blah, blah.
No, I've gotten so many nice messages,
which is
and
great.
It makes me so happy. Basically, like, who are you, sir, to tell me or tell everyone else what adds value to their life?
Yeah.
What kind of entertainment they can consume, what it is they can enjoy.
It's just looking in the mirror.
Weird.
He's looking in the mirror going, I'm not special. But also, you don't post a photo going, I'm a special person. Like, you don't think that. That's insane.
No.
I don't think anyone thinks that.
No. And in a certain way, people are, he's like, don't peddle yourself. In a certain way, I am selling myself. But I don't mind doing that because whether you're selling yourself doing the type of work I do or
any job is selling yourself, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's kind of
if you're construction, you're destroying your body, selling yourself doing construction.
Or you're selling your time.
Or your time. If you're a cop, if you're in the military, it doesn't matter, sir.
Right.
And also, this is the thing I hate.
This podcast is just turning into this. But
oh my God. Well, the people who hate, right, are like, oh, you're not special, like this and that. It's like, okay, so you want her to stop doing what she's doing.
Right.
Why? So she could work some fucking crappy restaurant job or an office job?
Where you're exploited, taken advantage of, paid terribly, getting shit on by customers, whatever it is.
She's trying to do something different where she doesn't have to hate herself every day going into an office.
No, I love what I do.
So you're saying, actually, you should stop your dream of not having to do that because I think you suck and you should stop. It's like, why? Why would I stop? Because you don't want me to. Right. What's wrong? Because I'm going out on a limb trying to do something different than what you're doing, and you're angry because you haven't tried that because you're too afraid.
Well, and what he's also basically saying is like, oh, I don't find you entertaining, so no one else should.
Which is fine.
Oh, I don't care if you watch my stuff, but it's there for the people that do. It's so. That's what I'm saying. These guys think they're making this great point, and they're so clever, and they're just not.
Just you know what? Become a radical Muslim. Move to Pakistan. Have your wife wear a burqa and feel better about everything.
Right.
Even though you hate those people. I know you're one of those people who hate those people, right? You'll hate them, but you'll say the same thing. You need to cover up. It's the same thing, you idiots.
Well, and also beyond that, what sort of value do you want every woman to add? Like, do you want them to be baby makers? Like, what is it in your mind that women need to be doing so that you're okay with it?
It's that whole ideological, like, 1950s was amazing, where every minority would be like, hey, actually, it wasn't amazing for us. Every gay person would be like, hey, it wasn't amazing for us.
It sucked for us.
Yeah, it sucked for us. We're trying to
Women are like, it sucked for us. I mean, unless the ones that wanted to be, but having to be a slave to living with your husband to me is also like a very bizarre, there's no sort of
no civil rights, no sexual rights. Like, that's what we want to go back to.
Some people do. Some people really think that was a better time.
It's disgusting. disgusting. Who cares what 2 men or 2 women do? How does it affect me?
I don't know.
Oh, it's destroying society. Oh, you're right. Society was so good before. You're right, sir. It was amazing back then.
We had no
What the
problem.
hell are you talking about? And it's not great now either.
No, we got a lot.
But it gets a little better. A little bit. It gets a little better over a certain amount of time.
Yeah, if you look back historically, things have only gotten better. Of course, there are peaks and dips, and that's just sort of the way that it goes. But historically, people have more rights. They are more comfortable. Are there things to work on? God, yes. Oh, geez. We've got a lot of stuff. But
just keep it to yourself. If you want to be a Muslim, if you want to be Christian, if you want to be Jewish, if you want to be radical, if you want to have your own life be where women cover up or only wear a one-piece bathing suit or don't show their knees or whatever weird things, you can do that, and that's fine. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to message you and be like, hey, you know what? You should take your clothes off and show. Oh, I'm not going to do that.
And this is another thing, too, that I always bring, because I've had people message me about getting other women that I do stuff with.
Yeah.
Chrissy, other examples of like, oh, now you got it. And I know they're probably half joking, but I know they're definitely half not. Convince them to start an OnlyFans.
Why would
I would never ever do something like that. I would, if someone came to me and they're like, hey, I want to start an OnlyFans. Can you help me out? Give me some tips.
Which we just had.
Which we just did.
My sister started it, right? Her boyfriend is like, yeah, post whatever you want. No one's going to see it. And we're like, that's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That is so wrong.
Once it's out there, it's out there.
You just got to be the mindset of that. If I post this, I have to be okay with it being out for everyone to see.
Yes.
And we explain that to her of like, listen, if you're cool with it, that's great. But if you're having hesitations about it and you're like,
don't do it until you're 100%.
100%.
And I said the same thing to like, I would never, ever try to convince someone to do something they're uncomfortable with.
No.
Ever. If they came to me wanting help, I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how I promote whatever it is that you want help with, of course. But never would I try to convince someone to do something they're not comfortable with.
No.
I'm not over here being like, well, I'm going to show my body, so everyone needs to. No, do what you're comfortable with.
See, that's the difference, sir, is that we're not telling people how to live. We're saying people should live how they want to live.
Yeah, no.
Wouldn't that be nice? Do what you want as long as it's not hurting anyone else. And if you're like, well, it's hurting society. Screw you. It's not. It's not hurting society.
It really
You know what's hurting society? Not watching your kids. There's one of these on here where it's about having like an 11-year-old on TikTok. And it's like, maybe you should watch your kids and not let them on TikTok at 11. Maybe that's it.
I think that you should have safe searches and kids. Look, that's how I would raise my kids. I would not let them watch probably a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person that's like, expose your kids to everything. Because no, that's messed up. You want to there's a line. But I think that that's your responsibility as a parent and not everyone else in the world's responsibility to parent your children. They're your children. Nobody cares about your children.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. But it is odd. And I've seen other comments about that too. Because I mentioned that once I did Christy Mayer's podcast. And I said the exact same thing of like, I think people should do what you want. Life's really short. Yeah. As long as it's not hurting other people.
Yeah.
And this guy commented again on that. And I don't read comments often, but this one was interesting to me because I think he thought he was being clever. He's like, here's my prediction for you, Xia Anderson. He's like, used my full name. It was so weird. He was like,
Agent Smith of the Matrix.
I know. I was like, Mrs. Anderson. God, I wish that'd be cool. I want to be a virus. And he... And he, oh wait, no, they're not a virus, right? They get killed by a virus or something.
Yeah, they're the antivirus.
They're the antivirus. Yeah. That's what it is. Anyway, he commented something of like, here's my prediction for you. The whole do anything you want attitude is going to make you live a very sad and lonely life. And I was like, why? If I'm not hurting anyone, why would I live a sad and lonely life?
Sir, I'm right here.
Like, I'm good. I have friends that I'm close to that I love, who I would do anything for.
Yeah.
I have a husband. Like, I have family who I love. I don't understand where this is coming from. It's so weird.
You know what it is? It's like they're taking the old mindset of like that stripper who is working at a strip club, right? Mm-hmm. Doing drugs and like living that horrible life where it's a train wreck and going, yeah, that's you. And you're like, I don't do sex work like that. I don't do drugs. I'm actually,
any of that.
I don't even drink.
No, my life is outside of that. I'm just a big nerd.
I don't even go to clubs. I don't go to bar. So it's like, I think you're perceiving like that weird old like movie time, like
Maybe is that what it is? They like really think that my life
It's
is
the
out of
only
control?
thing I can think of that you're living in some slum, like doing horrible bad decisions, when in reality, like we're trying to do all the best decisions. When the problem
working
is
hard, we're trying to save, we're trying to invest,
Yes.
we're trying to get a place.
the opposite would be your sister, who's a meth addict, who had 2 kids with different people, her life is just insane.
She almost had a third when she was actually on drugs.
Yeah, and it's like for some reason they're taking that lifestyle and putting it on you, and it's like that's not.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought, that I was like out there, because that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, why would I be sad and lonely if I'm not hurting anyone? Like, I'm not hurting anyone I love. I don't understand.
And it's like, you don't do porn, but even porn stars, you couldn't even say that about them, because most of like the big ones are not like living this like horrible, like there are exceptions. I understand some porn stars are drug addicts and they get into some way, but like you can't say that's all of them. No. You couldn't be like, they live normal lives, they're regular people, they have husbands who also like me, like what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Like everything's great. Like I don't know
great. I don't know what we've got kids, we're happy.
I don't know.
I think that, of course, there are always going to be women who get into the industry who end up regretting it because they get into it when they're young and they're taken advantage of. And I think that's what's so great about OnlyFans and people being able to do it independently now.
You're your own business.
You're your own business. You're never pressured to do something you're uncomfortable with. You do whatever you want. You control everything that you do. And I think that that's what makes it so much better than the porn industry. And I'm not saying, of course, there are people who are young, there are people who get taken advantage of. Of course that happens. But there are also women who have taken that and turned their careers into like they're amazing businesswomen, like Lisa Ann. I mean, that woman she's a sportscaster now. She has a massive podcast. She did porn for years. She's clearly smart. She looks amazing. She's absolutely taking care of herself. She obviously didn't go crazy on drugs. Like, it's this mindset where we love to put people in boxes. And I understand that, what are they called? Stereotypes come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And they do. I understand that. But we love to do that where we generalize. We do it with men too. We do it with women. There's the feminists who are, I hate men. All men are trash. And you're like, no, some men are trash.
Just like some women are trash. That's how people work.
That's how people are.
Yeah.
So it's like this, we love doing that as a society. And I watch people do it so much and it's so weird to me. So the first half of this podcast is just us complaining about people. But to me, I think when I first started doing this and I first started to like get a little bit more of a following and do things with bigger audiences, it doesn't feel good to read weird, bad stuff about yourself. But I think as I've been doing it longer and you sort of start to realize and you look at the things that they're writing, I don't feel bad at all anymore when I read something shitty, especially like that. I just kind of feel... I don't feel anything for it. I just feel like it's weird. Like, what mental illness...
No, it's weird. Yeah, no, it's like
what
crazy.
What mental illness compels you to go to a stranger's page or whatever it is,
thinking they're helping, and it's like you're not. You're not.
Even saying something shitty. Like, what compels you to? I've never in my life considered doing that.
I've never commented. I never sent anyone a mean message because if I don't like what they do, I don't watch. I'm not a part of their universe.
There are even people in political groups that they started showing up on my timeline a lot on Twitter, and just stuff that I disagree with so much where I'm like, oh dude, that guy's gnarly. I've just mute them. I've muted like maybe 2 or 3 people just because I'm like, geez, I don't like seeing that. I would never go to that person though and be like, screw you.
Yeah, because it doesn't change anything.
No, it's what a weird thing to do.
Their mindset's not going to change.
No.
And it's like to think that you're going to make them see a different point and go, actually, you're right. Will never happen.
It's not going to happen. And it's not my job to. Of
course not.
Want to. So like this weird idea of going that you like have to say something. It's different when it's like a discussion. That's a different story. And I've seen that happen where it's kind of a cool discussion, but it's rare. So anyway, that's like the rant of, it's just weird when you've done this long enough and you've seen so much of what it is. You see these weird mental illnesses in humans or these weird idiosyncrasies. It's bizarre.
But also it's literally every single person, no matter how big or small, if you're in the spotlight, everyone's getting the same messages.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting hate, no matter who you are.
I saw this actually so Alana Pierce is like she's one of my inspirations on why I even started to get into any sort of hosting when I was doing that.
Yeah. She used to host an IGN, which is a video game, I guess, review platform.
Yep. Now she's a video game developer.
Now she works for, I think, Sony, like doing like God of War and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's a writer. She's
and
fucking awesome.
it's funny because
I love her.
she transitioned into that, and men like to harass her going, you really contribute much to the game. You're a phony. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, how do you know what she did?
She's made her
what are you
entire
talking about?
career video games.
Oh
she
my
loves
God.
them. And she has big boobs. Like, I mean, giant. And she gets so many, and she tries her best to cover them up. But if she
Because people can't handle it. God forbid there's a little showing. Oh my God. Oh.
She does. But if she ever
Bunch
gets
of
like,
prudes.
whenever she gets dressed up for an award ceremony or anything like that, where like you can't hide boobs that big.
They're like F's.
They're really big.
They're huge.
They're massive. So if she wears something nice, there's going to be cleavage there. And then people will inevitably be like, you're just using your cleavage to get views. And she's like, sir, I have cleavage because it's attached to my body.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot I can do about that.
Yes.
Like, I can't just wear giant t-shirts all the time.
But she does try to cover them.
forbid.
So
She
all
does.
those people who are like, you're trying, it's like, she doesn't though.
No, it's
But
very
they know
rare.
better, right? They know her. They were
I
at the
know.
office when she was working at Sony. They know what she did for the game. No, they didn't. Like, they're just a bunch of
not.
fools.
So, but this was my point of that was I forget if it was on a photo of hers or a video of hers, but there was a girl that commented. She was like, I love you so much, Alana, sort of what I was doing. She's like, I wanted to get into games journalism. She's like, I started doing it. I couldn't take the online criticism, so I had to stop. Like, it's not for everybody. Like, she was 100% like, I wish I could have done this with my life, but it was too much for me and I couldn't handle it. So she's like, I just stepped away because it was so bad. And I was like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But you shouldn't let.
It comes
'cause
with it.
They're a bunch of losers, man.
Wow. It's once you start to see it, I felt bad at first too. I really did. It feels shitty. It's not nice to read that.
But
stuff
then you
about
realize, like, wait a minute, this happens to everyone, and also these people are like insane.
yourself. Oh my God, yeah.
Like the dude who, this dude would comment on. She does Chip Chipperson with Jim Norton.
Oh yeah, Rigafaction.
Yeah, this guy would comment on
That's so
every.
weird.
He stopped, by the way. He used
Did
to
he
comment.
finally?
Oh yeah, because I called him out every time. Like, you go crazy, dude.
He's so weird.
He used to comment on every episode of like how the podcast sucks. I hate it. Z is the reason it's bad. Like all these things that made no sense. And I was like, dude. I was like, why are you here then?
Why are you watching?
And I was like, I would give him like behind the scenes answers that only like I would know because I'm with her. And then he would say, I'm a white knight. I'm not really married to her. I made all that
Apparently
up.
He's not my husband.
I'm not the like he's just and
some
I'm like, he
random
really
guy.
believes this.
He definitely is screaming like different levels of autism.
Oh no, I felt bad for her. Like, I need to stop saying something because this guy's like literally crazy.
Yeah, no, he's not okay. I
Yeah,
feel like that's one of
he's
those
not
situations
well in
where
the
you
head.
just gotta like let him do his thing because it's not so good.
Yeah. Oh,
But it's
God.
interesting to see. How did we get here? Oh, that's right. That guy who wrote me the message.
Wrote the message. Yeah.
Look, if you feel like you need to email me to save me, I'm just gonna save you your time.
Please don't.
Don't. I'm fine. I'm really fine. And if I regret something in the future, I doubt that I will.
Yeah. What is there?
That's on me.
You don't do hardcore porn.
No.
You do photo shoots as a model. Oh my God.
Oh no, people have seen my boobs.
He must hate Victoria's Secret. He must despise it. He gets that catalog in the mail. Oh, burn it! Burn witch! Burn the witch! He was burn the witch guy back in the day. He believed these are witches. They must be burned. God.
I really think it's funny that spread eagle picture is what set this off because that
Wearing
to me
shorts.
was like a
Ooh.
really. Yeah, well, but same thing happened when I was on Nerdrotic, when I was on Friday Night Tights. I was wearing my Star Wars shorts, and they're not small shorts.
They're big.
They're big shorts.
They're big. I hate them.
Nick does not like them. Yeah,
No.
they're big. I just love
It's
them.
like granny panties as shorts.
Exactly, he hates them.
And so wait, you're telling me some dudes were like, oh, God, guys, I'm a guy.
They
What are
were
you
my
doing?
Star Wars.
What are you doing? I see a woman's legs.
Some
Oh.
people were freaking out, and they were saying that I was sitting purposely with my legs open
Oh my
because I had my
God.
legs crossed up
Oh
on the
my
thing. And I was like,
God.
this is just how I sit. You guys don't remember sitting crisscross applesauce in school? I don't know. That's just how I always sat.
So we want to go.
Comfortable.
We want to go back to the Puritan burn the witches, where those big like what do you call it, Victorian?
I don't know.
Even before that, like the Pepperidge Farm, like people would be like,
And
Nick, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Those old 1400s, like that's what we
Dresses
want. So
with
that's what we
the
need to go
long-
back to for these people to feel okay in life.
I guess.
Just be Amish or something. Even the Amish aren't that crazy.
I know, and it's funny too because I understand some men do prefer a more classy,
Which
whatever
is
the look
fine, but don't yell at other people.
Right, which is fine, but like,
They must hate the beach. Oh my, they must hate beach life. Don't go to the beach. Oh no.
but which is fine, but also at the same time, then just date those women. Like, what are you worrying about? What other women?
Well,
are doing?
you know what? Let me get into this one. This one relates
Okay,
exactly
great.
to this.
Let's get right in there.
Okay.
I love it.
So I'm a 22-year-old female. I started dating an older man who's 50 recently.
Wow.
It started off amazing. We both have so much to talk about all the time and engage in many different topics. No money is involved. However, he makes comments such as about how I dress.
Oh boy.
I do like showing skin, but it's nothing crazy. I'm pretty thin, so nothing's ever hanging out. However, he has this thing with public perception when we go out. Oh. He's like, you should dress more versatile and be more elegant, even though I'm already think I am. He always brings up the way I dress and says that I'm with a mature man and that like there are women to be reflection of them.
Oh, this guy's real old school.
Even though we always go out together, I always do dress accordingly. But it's never enough for him. He disguises it as an excuse to make me into a better woman.
Oh, yuck.
But I'm young and like wearing what I like to wear. The other day, he also made a comment about older women being so much more sensual than younger women. And I brought it up saying it bothered me. Mind you, I'm not a jealous person at all, as I have many women friends in his life, and I love that for him. But no woman wants to hear that. Or am I just being immature? You're not.
No, you're actually very mature.
All he said was, it's not about you, and you make everything about yourself. Oh, shut up, dude. You choose to feel that because you made it about yourself. He knows what he's doing.
Of course.
I really like him, but all this stuff is starting to get to me. I've dated older men for a while now. Might be time to get with someone my own age. He also talks crap about other young women based on what they are wearing or dancing when we go out, even though himself has said multiple baby mothers. Wait, what? Even though he himself has multiple baby mothers and a colorful past himself. Am I being immature or being gaslit? You're being gaslit.
Yeah, he's gaslighting.
He's a piece of crap. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing it because I don't know what the gain is. That's what I don't understand.
I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to break your self-esteem down, I think. And he's trying to mold you into exactly what it is that he wants. So he's like, I like this girl. But it just seems like, why doesn't he just date an older woman? Why is he dating a younger woman if that's not what he likes?
But to me, crazy idea here. If you just talk to the person and be like, hey, this is what I like without being weird like this, like, wouldn't that be more beneficial to the relationship instead of just crapping on the person 24/7? Or then don't be like, dude, don't be with her.
I think you should leave him.
Yeah.
That's my advice there.
I know. I don't know why she's with this guy. It makes no sense of like, if he's so obsessed with how you dress and it's public perception, then screw him.
I say as I try to keep my underwear from showing. I love this skirt so much, but it's hard when I sit. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's so weird that it's controlling behavior is what it is. The fact that he feels like he needs to control what you wear or what you do or how you dance and then just making you feel shitty by talking about how, because that's crappy. That's like saying, oh man, my exes were so much more sexual than you.
Or like, better looking. Or better,
like whatever that is. Like, yeah. It's just a shitty thing to do to your partner.
Keep saying that, please. That helps.
Dang it. It's just a crappy thing to do to your partner. It's really hard on YouTube.
Yeah, I
so weird.
I don't understand that logic. I don't know, man. Like that's weird. It's so like, why?
Then don't be with them. Like, I think that's what, like, okay, so Nick has told me this multiple times, and I've actually seen this as well. Women tend to do this a lot. They want their men to wear what they want them to wear. So he's dated women who have bought him clothes because they hated his clothes. They didn't like what he was wearing.
Yes.
I was like, so then why would you date someone when you don't like anything about them?
Yeah.
Why would you date someone and then try to change who they are and how they look? Like, if it bothered me what he wore so much, then I just wouldn't be with him. I'd be like, you know what? This style's not for me. I don't know if I could date a guy who wore boat shoes. I mean, look, if you're a really great guy, but you wear boat shoes.
No, it's... that is... It's weird because it's a similar thing, but also different. For the dudes that we've been dealing with in this episode, it's about showing too much skin in public perception and how they feel about it, right?
Because they think, though, you're with a whore.
I guess, which
is
so ridiculous.
So weird. Just look at, if a girl's wearing little clothes, you go look at them because they look good.
Yeah, for girls, changing the guy, I don't know what the motivation is because it's obviously not.
I think it's public perception as well. I think it's because they kind of, some women, not all, look at men as an accessory, kind of like a small dog.
But there's a difference between getting them nicer clothes, and like if you're rich, right, and your dude is poor. Like, listen, I don't know if this is a thing. I'm just gonna a shot in the dark. If your girl is rich, the dude is poor. Even though rich girls never go for poor guys, never happens. They buy the guy nice stuff, so he looks like he's part of the lifestyle now.
I would buy you nice stuff if we were rich.
Which I can understand that.
But I would let you pick it out.
It's the ones where it doesn't make sense. Like, I've always seen the girls, I'm talking about like when I was way younger, it was like you need to wear a polo shirt and khakis or something like that. And I don't understand what the public perception to them was, because it wasn't like they were dressing elegant or really nice. They weren't. And their friend group wasn't these hoity-toity people.
Right.
They were regular people who wore the same stuff I was wearing. Now, I did entice the person by wearing a red polo shirt with like khaki shorts. And when I went to school, a teacher that I had the previous year out of nowhere thought I was then gay for my new clothes choice, which wasn't my choice. It was her choice. So, and I know Norton has brought this up, where he thinks it's not that they want you to technically look better. They might hate what you are wearing, but they also want to take you off of the market where other women aren't looking at you. So maybe making yourself look gay.
They want you to look worse?
I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know if guys know the answer, because girls will never tell you their real. I can't call my ex and be like, "Hey, man,
can you please tell me?" She
might have just hated my clothes for real, because I had I told you this. I had a Punisher sweatshirt that I loved. It was at JCPenney. It was like
so random.
$15. I was like, yes, score. I'm broke because I'm 18, and I loved it. She hated it. She hated it so much I left it at her house and she threw it out, and it was just gone forever.
I would be so pissed if someone threw my freaking clothes out.
So
oh my God.
It wasn't public perception. It was, I hate what you're wearing, which I think there's a difference. Now it goes to the same realm of I'm changing you, but it's not because, oh my God, what are other people going to think? It's more like, I just hate this, which I almost feel better about, where it's like, okay, at least I know it's not like a hoity-toity of like, I need to save you and I don't want other people to think these things, and, you know, purity and God or whatever weirdness. It's just, no, I just hate that. You know, like if you wore a real ugly dress and I was like, I hate this. Please stop wearing it.
He would tell me if I wore something really
I would tell you.
Yeah.
You know, if it really made you happy, I would be like, I guess I got to deal with it, but can you maybe not wear it when we're together? But then that would have nothing to do with me about being like, what will other people think? No, it's just like, man, this is ugly. Like, I hate the color red. I despise it.
I don't wear any red clothes. Not that I actually did before, really.
But if you did, you do it as a favor for me.
Yeah, but I actually stopped buying red stuff because I was like, wow, he really hates red.
Yeah. So
I don't know why.
It's not me being a crazy person to a level where it's like, wow, Nick's nuts. It's just like, he hates this. You're doing this as a favor for me.
You're like a bull.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
but I'm not trying to control your life.
No, I could wear red. He would just.
I'd be like, oh, why?
Yeah,
no.
I just don't, because it's nice and I love him. So.
I think there is levels to it, and like the message you got, and then this guy, this 50-year-old man dating this 20-year-old. I think that's where the crazy is, where you're gaslighting or being a nut.
Yeah. No, this guy's absolutely insane.
Then don't date a 20-year-old.
You're not being immature. He's gaslighting you. Wear what you want. Good Lord. It's not like you said you don't have anything hanging out.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
Because I also, and I've had this conversation with multiple girls who don't understand. Because when you live in a place like Jersey, and you coming from Hawaii, so I dealt with this with my ex in Jersey who we're talking about, who made me wear polos and stuff. We went to the city once. And the same thing I said to you when you go to the city. I always say, wear shoes, no flip-flops, right? No, like, clothing that is too revealing or that makes you stand out. Not because I care, it's because safety.
Well, no, because you do care, but in a different way.
In a different way. Safety is my biggest concern. But they've always been like, what are you talking about? Like, and they get angry at me. And it's like, I'm not doing this because I'm jealous or I don't want people to see you. It's because safety is a concern. I live there most of my life. I know it's an issue. You stand out already because you're better looking than most people who are already there. And I just don't want to deal with anything like getting into an altercation and getting stabbed or getting harassed when we can avoid it.
Right.
And that would be, you know, that's my thing.
It's like when I talked to Amy. Amy and I went in to do an episode of Wet Spot together, and I love when she does it with me because we get to drive in together. She normally takes the train, so when she doesn't take the train, we drive in together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because she's like, she gets excited when I drive in because she's like, oh, I can wear. She wears like skimpier dresses. She has her jewelry on. She normally doesn't when she always wears pants and like a top with no jewelry. Definitely not her wedding ring when she goes in on the train.
Yeah.
But when we drive in, because we park right in front of the building and just walk in, she wore like a dress. Her boobs were out. She looked freaking phenomenal. And that's why, because she knew. She's like, I can't normally, and she said that. She's like, I can't normally dress like this. So I took the opportunity to really like zhuzh it up for this episode.
Yeah, you got to know your surroundings, and I just know it's a safety risk and a concern, and I will always voice that. Even me, where I wore a button, this is when I was younger, I wore a button shirt. I forget the reason why. Was it
a job interview? I feel like you told me this before.
I don't know if it was a job, but I was very young. I wasn't like super young, but I was like high school young.
Okay.
And I was on the subway, and I was, going from Brooklyn to the city. And I never wore a button shirt on the subway before. I would never do that, but I had to in this situation for whatever it may be. A bunch of black kids got on. They sat in front of me, and they go, and they're all looking at me. And then one of them speaks up and basically yells at me. He's like, talking to his friend, but saying it directly to me. Yo, who does this N think he is wearing this button shirt and all? And then they were harassing me the whole time and eventually wanted to rob me.
Oh.
And I would have never worn that because I know you're not, it's not what you should be doing in this situation.
Right.
But I had to, and then of course something came up. That's just how it is. In a perfect world, you could wear a bikini on the subway and everything would be cool.
That would be insane.
But guess what? It don't work that way.
We don't live in a perfect world.
We don't, so.
I wish we did.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, no, when it's a safety concern, that's a completely different story.
Yes.
But this is not that.
No, this is not that at all. No. I'm just saying but I'm saying my thing of you telling you what to wear is only safety concerns, not how dare you.
Right.
That's the only time I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's go screw. It's my life. What are you telling me?
My life, don't you forget.
Yeah. I think we should move on to something very more important, something more serious.
Oh boy. Okay.
In this one.
Let's go.
Okay. This is a guy talking. Okay. So I'll start off by saying I've never really felt the need to have my a-hole licked, but needless to say, it's what all the kids are talking about nowadays. So I'm curious to see if it's worth the hype. My wife and I have an active sex life for mid-30s folk. And I asked her if she would do that for me the next time I get a BJ. She refused, stating that she knows my bathroom routine too intimately to want to go down there. I laughed it off at the time, but I've become a bit jealous because I know that she did this for her ex when they were together. She had told me that she didn't hate it, but it didn't really do anything for her. And he only mildly enjoyed it. The ex we're talking about. I know this is crazy. We're in love, have a deep relationship. She's the mother of my kids, but I can't shake the jealousy off. I feel that she's done this to another man, but it's unwilling to do it to me? Like, what's the problem? I know that in her past, she struggled with self-esteem issues and often did things she wasn't fully comfortable with to keep a guy around. I never want to make her feel like that or have her do anything she doesn't want to do in the bedroom, but I do feel some sort of way, I guess. Am I crazy? Is this childish way to feel, or am I kind of justified?
I don't think
Eat my butt. Lick it. Come on. You did it for your ex. Do it for me.
I don't think that it's crazy that you feel that way, but I also don't think that you're justified. I think that it's normal to be a little bit jealous. I don't think that it's insane that you're like, hey, why'd you do it for him and you didn't do it for me? That sucks. But at the same time, it's like you said, she has self-esteem issues and might have done something that she otherwise wouldn't have wanted to do. But also, maybe it was with someone that she wasn't that close to. And she really is saying like, oh, I know your bathroom habits and you take some big dumps, buddy. I don't want to go where those dumps are coming from.
Oh, yeah, like the last guy wasn't. Screw that. You're totally right.
Really?
Screw her. Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Here's a little self-esteem and not doing what you want. he said that the other guy who she did it to, he wasn't even a big fan of it to begin with. So it wasn't like he forced her to do that.
But maybe they just tried it. They were like, let's try this out. And they were both like, meh.
How dare you do it with it? We're married. We have kids together and you won't do it. Come on. So you did it for your ex, but you can't do it for me. Nah, screw you, lady. I need it licked. It's dry down there. Moisten that mouth and get a moving. Get a licking. Come on.
Well, excuse me.
That's ridiculous.
Apparently, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
What? Why she did it? She's like, I don't want to do it. And
sometimes you got to suck it up and get down there.
What if she's, suck it up? What if she's seen
I showered for you.
What if she's seen the giant poops?
I mean.
What if she's seen his giant poops?
I showered. It's clean.
Yeah, but once you've seen the poops, you can't unsee the poops. Like, that's pretty much where I'm at with
Lick it clean, woman.
You won't let me anywhere near your butthole.
I don't have any interest in that.
I know.
I have any interest in that.
I just want to see it.
Only if my guy friend Ronaldo does it.
I have not met this Ronaldo.
You never will.
Oh no, Ronaldo.
Remember he asked me I was walking funny last week? Ronaldo. Okay, so going back to this, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of. I think it's the fact. It's it's her fault for saying she did it with the ex.
She shouldn't have said that.
You should have never say that.
Why would you say that?
Because that does suck. It's like, damn, you did all the cool stuff with me, but then now you're with me. We're married. We have kids. We're gonna live our life together, and you can't even get your tongue out from my booty. Get in there. I want that nose deep.
Yeah.
I need my booty licked. Come on.
Maybe there's part of the stuff with the ex that she didn't tell you about. Maybe it didn't taste great and some bad stuff happened and she's a little traumatized.
I'm showering for you. I shaved. It's clean.
You better shower, shave, and maybe bleach it. Bleach that
bleach
butthole.
It? What is that going to do?
Butthole bleaching. I don't know. It just seems like it feel cleaner. And it would look nice and white and pretty. Ready
You're not going to be able to see it. You're right there.
You see it?
So close your eyes. Then when you get there, open them or keep them closed. What's the... It's not like you can see anything. You're in there. Well, you're going to be blurred vision of cheek.
If you could pee on me, would you?
I mean, I guess.
All right. I don't know.
That's a random thing to bring up.
I'm just saying, because you won't because you can't. But if you could.
It's not my first rodeo with that, by the way.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Someone.
So you tried it with someone else.
See? I knew that would get her go. You see? That's my point. See, you're not too happy now, are you?
No.
No. Here are the circumstances, though. She wanted it, right? I also had the same problem. I couldn't. So the only time was we were in a pool together, and I forced it out, and it hurt. Yeah.
But in a pool, that doesn't count.
She felt the warmth.
That's
She
junk.
felt the warmth. I think she liked it.
Did she?
I think so. I think she still wanted it.
Yeah, see, so that's how you found out you couldn't pee in front of someone? Or did you know even before that?
It's funny. I think it's probably Nick talking about his childhood again. Yeah, I think it's from growing up. I think I've had issues just even going using a urinal. Now those are gone for me now. I've gotten past that. I think over time, like certain things you grow and you get over. So like I have no issues now. But even going to a urinal and if someone was next to me, ain't nothing happening. Now is different. Now I'm pretty much okay unless they're like being creepy.
They're staring at your junk.
Yeah, if they're
what
just
if
like.
I closed my eyes.
I know it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Yeah.
What if I was in a urinal next to you?
That'd be very odd and weird, and I have many questions of why.
What if I want to try to stand up to pee? What if I want to know what it's like?
That's odd all around. I don't. What?
All right, sir. So you're completely justified, is what I was saying.
Damn straight, sir. See, the tables have turned.
No, but I'm not like I'm.
Get in that booty hole.
Get in that.
Tell
booty
her to
hole.
get in that booty.
Lick it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is getting demonetized.
It is. There's no way
we're not gonna make our 2 cents.
Oh, we need the 2 cents.
We need the 2 cents.
We're poor.
Hey, you guys can donate now, by the way. There's a donate button.
Oh, there's the donate button?
We would appreciate it because we might not have anywhere to live, and this all might end.
No, I won't let
Even $1. Even if everyone just donated $1, that'd be swell.
Aw,
that'd be
$1,
cool.
You can donate $1?
I think you can donate whatever you want.
Aw,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. in advance, if you do. I don't know if you do, whatever. Watch
No one's
Hit the
donating.
like button. Leave a comment.
They're not donating.
Whatever. People are lovely.
Yeah, no, I think he's justified to be peeved about it. It seems like she's never going to do it, but I would be. it sucks knowing that, like, oh man, she did all the crazy cool stuff before me and now she's lame. Like, that stinks, man. No one wants to hear that on either side.
It sounds like though that they have an active sex life. He said it sounds like things are good.
But she ain't in the booty.
But
I want the booty. My booty's dry. It needs to be wet.
I want the booty. But it seems like he just wants to try this one thing and she's not into it. I don't know. But no, you're right. It sucks that she tried it with someone else but won't try it with him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I told you about the peeing with the other girl and you're upset. You're going to be thinking about that all night, aren't you?
I'm not going to sleep.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. It's probably not going to bother me that much. But it's... That's a weird one. I don't think that you're completely justified, but I understand why you feel the way you feel. And I don't think it's bad that you feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sticking with my original answer.
I just had another memory pop in my head with her and I'm just like, oh.
Do I want to ask?
I mean, you could.
Oh God. All right. Go on.
She one time, she was like, suck my toes. And I didn't know if I was into that. And guess what? I was not. I did not like it. Now it was one and done for old Nicky boy with those toe suckings.
Not even remotely jealous by that.
And you know what really grossed me out after the fact? Is the fact that I don't think she washed her feet when I did it. And on top of it, in her room was very tiny, right? And I was living there when I was homeless. I was the only one trying to keep it clean, by the way, because women are disgusting for some reason. There were these
bathrooms are gross.
Bugs living in her carpet, but they were so tiny she never noticed. But I noticed because I'm an OCD
freak. Were they
freak.
bed bugs?
No, I don't know what they were. They look like pink little worms.
Oh!
So I'm thinking like, oh my God, she's been stepping on those, and I just sucked her toes.
Ew! You sucked on worm toes.
Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about it.
Ew! Worm toes.
Yeah. It was not. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. People like that, and that's fine if you do. For me, it just wasn't it did nothing for me.
I've never had anyone ask to suck on my toes.
Yeah. I think she was also experimenting and was just like, let's try everything.
We'll just figure it out. We'll see if we like feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the first person I did anal with.
Great. Cool.
If that helps. You popped my anal butt.
Yeah.
My anal cherry. My butt cherry. You popped my butt cherry. I was trying to figure
I
out
don't know if I believe that, but it's
no,
a nice...
it's true. You really were the first person I did anal with. Yeah.
Moving on, I guess.
On.
Okay. This is a woman talking. I've been with my partner for 3 years. There has been no physical contact for 8 months. I gained about 2 stone. I guess this is in England.
Yeah, 2 stone, I think. I don't.
How much is that?
I don't know. I feel like.
Find out.
Okay.
Goog, give it a goog.
Okay.
Oh boy. You can't even blame her for this one. I gained about 2 stone because my thyroid stopped working.
Oh, that sucks.
It has taken a year for the doctor to give me the correct dose of thyroid replacement. That sucks. I feel horrible for you.
14 pounds. So she gained 28 pounds.
Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
Okay.
I know I'm overweight, and I know it's a lot of weight to gain. When I met my partner, I was a size 14 to 16.
You were size 14?
I'm now a UK size 18.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's huge. I don't know.
I mean, a size 18 in the US is pretty big.
When we were in, this is so British. We were in my local pub last night, and he was on Facebook messaging his friend with when some random woman popped up. I asked who it was, and he claimed he didn't know. Oh God, you can't. Okay, he claimed he didn't know her, even though she's on his friend list. I mean, I wasn't accusing him of anything. I was just interested. We came back to mine. What does that mean?
Came back to mine, my place.
Okay, we came back to mine where he started calling me names. He said the reason we don't have physical contact is because I'm so fat. Wow, he straight up said that.
Wow.
And I should have tried harder to lose weight. Okay,
it's not her fault.
It's literally the number one thing of like, oh, we can't blame him. The thyroid, dude. It's like that's the thing when people go, hey, you should lose weight. How can they? Oh, but it's the thyroid. We understand.
You're trying to figure out your medication. I get that. Oh my God, that's so terrible. It's not like she just said, screw it, I'm gonna get fat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so fat. I should have tried hard to lose weight. I'm on a 1,200 calorie max a day diet. Wow, that's rough.
Low.
Yeah, I know I'm overweight. Oh, he stormed off drunk to drive home.
Oh, this guy's a terrible person.
I'm feeling absolutely disgusted about myself today.
It's not your fault.
Devastated to the point where I think I can no longer leave the house. I mean, if you can't fit through the door, it's hard. Too soon? That's too soon. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible. I'm sorry. He also said to people in his local pub where we used to meet are all talking about me, calling me fat and ugly. Please help me.
Those are all horrible people. You shouldn't be around them.
That's rough, man.
Okay, I gotta just start with the fact that you're on a low-calorie diet. You are trying, despite your thyroid problem, and you're trying to get your thyroid medication figured out. The fact that he's being this way, this is not a long-term person you want to be with. First of all, leave him and stop going to that pub because screw everybody else.
I mean, dude, like you're saying, that's hard because she has low self-esteem.
I know.
That's her man,
Trust
right?
me,
and
I
on
know.
top of it,
I've
it
been
seems
there.
like all her friends are all in the pub talking crap. So that means she's literally got to start her life over.
I get that.
Being a
is
big
hard.
old fatty.
And Nick
I'm
will
sorry.
be your
I'm so
motivational
sorry.
speaker. If you ever need to feel good about
So
yourself,
sorry.
Nick has got you covered. I mean, he's the only reason that I stay thin.
Yeah, it's rough because you have a legitimate medical issue and you can't do anything about it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. That's terrible.
That's like my ex who was gaining weight because she had a blood clot. And she
I know a lot about your exes.
Yes. Well, you know what? I used to do a podcast where, I mean, it was great banter. Because it was just crazy stories of crazy stories.
Yeah.
And she couldn't eat vitamin K, which is in like everything healthy.
All vegetables.
And she couldn't work out hard too much either for certain reasons. I forget it's been years now.
You can still do it though. You can still.
Oh, wow. You should call her up right now. Hey, fatty, you can still do it. Why aren't you losing the weight, you fat F?
No, I'm just saying you can still
A big old tub of lard? Jeez, get it together. You don't even have a thyroid issue. Blood clot. That's nothing. This lady's got a thyroid issue.
I'm just saying it sucks and it's probably a lot harder, but there's still ways you could do it by keeping your calories within a good range and walking. Like, I feel like even if you can't work out hard, walking is excellent exercise.
But you know what? I'm thinking back, like, at least when I was with her, she didn't eat bad. It wasn't like she was eating McDonald's every day or anything.
What kind of stuff did she eat?
Regular food. Like regular food that we eat. There's no difference. Yeah. Yeah.
She also had a thyroid thing going on.
No, she didn't.
Weird.
It'd be one thing if I was like, yeah, she was fat and she would eat fast food or eat chips,
But you know
but she
what?
never did that. So I
If
can't even
you're-
say she was eating unhealthy. She wasn't.
If you're also, though, eating too many calories, even if it's healthy food, you will still gain weight.
I don't think she was though.
Yeah?
There was because dude, I would say, trust me, I would say something. There was never a point where I was like, hey, fatty, how dare you? You need to be better in this. It was like, damn, it's you have a medical thing. You can't even have a salad, but you're still eating like relatively healthy.
Weird. I wonder why she wasn't.
I was never critical to that point of like, hey, you need to be better.
Like, eat as much candy as I do?
No, not at all.
Weird.
Yeah, no, nothing. Unless she was at work or something like, oh, and I didn't know about it. I mean, that could happen. Who knows?
That's very possible. Like, what was that? Like, the
Sopranos. I was going to say that. What's her face? Was in the basement
going down there,
gorging.
just had a basket of candy. The crazy thing is he didn't even care. She cared what other people thought about him being with the fat chick, but he loved her. That was actually kind of sweet. He was like, I don't care what you look like.
Was it sweet? Because, listen, my memory's horrible. So in that scene, when he found out, did he slap her, though?
Yes.
Okay.
But because she was lying to him. Because she was pretending to eat healthy. I'm not saying you can hit her.
Women ever have like, she just said that you can hit a woman.
No, I swear to God, that's not what I mean. But he didn't slap her because he was like... he didn't slap her because she was like a fat piece of crap, and he was like,
just the lying.
No, it was the lying because she was acting like she was eating healthy to lose weight. He never cared about the weight to begin with. He always thought she was beautiful.
Had that stash. She had that nice
She had a stash of
stash.
candy.
Yeah, it's like she went trick-or-treating and saved it for 5 years.
Yeah, dude, that was me when we grew up. My sister, my parents had to put her on candy restrictions.
The addicts? Really? That's weird.
I know. It started with candy. We didn't even know.
Yeah.
But I would save my candy for like weeks after Easter, after
too.
Halloween. I would have it in my
I wouldn't
drawer.
even eat it sometimes. It would go bad.
I ate it, but slowly. I ate my candy slowly over time. I'm still like that. I'll eat a piece or two of candy every day. Even now, where like I don't usually gorge and binge on candy.
You know what it is? You're right. Candy never did it for me. Candy's great, but it was always pies, cake, and stuff like or cookies.
I'll eat an entire pie.
Dude, the Oreo packets, I'll eat the whole thing within like 15 minutes and then hate myself.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in forever. I've actually lost all the weight I've gained coming here.
And more.
I'm down to 146, 145.
Very thin.
I've been 150 my whole life. So I got up to 167 and was like, oh no, I have to make a change.
That was also not your fault. It was the antidepressants that made you gain that weight. It's super common. But now that you're off of them, you're obviously clean up your diet. You're good.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because pie and cake pastries too do me. It's any sort of baked
high quality,
goods.
not the store bought stuff.
I like the store bought garbage too.
But I'm talking about bakeries, like a good Italian Jersey Brooklyn bakery.
Well, if
or
you
going
take
to
me-
a Jersey farm and getting a pie, like that is my man. That's what I live for.
You take me to Michael's and I am just melting on the floor while I look at everything in the case.
Yeah.
I'll take that and I'll take that
Good
and I'll
cannoli.
take that. Oh my God. That was my first cannoli. Nick took me to get my first cannoli from, we don't have that kind of stuff in Hawaii. We have Italian food, but it's not real Italian food.
You didn't have real Italian, Indian, anything over there.
No, we don't have real Indian.
You basically just Japanese food.
Tons of Asian, Chinese, Japanese, and Thai.
What are these? Hey!
Dirty knees.
Oh, that's racist. Don't say that.
Is that racist? Like you're not allowed to say that?
I'm sure in the woke culture everything is racist. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's racist.
Dude,
and you're white, so you're already evil. You know you're the reason there's colonies. You're the reason there's slavery. Even though your lineage has nothing to do with any of that.
I wasn't alive.
You're the problem.
I don't know. I was just born. I don't know
You're
what's
the problem.
going on. I don't know what's going on. There was also this thing when we were in school that even the Asian kids would do this, and I can't do it.
Don't even do it now.
No,
Don't even do it now.
I will be canceled so
Yes.
hard, but it has something to do with making your eyes squinty.
So the Asian kids would do that as well? So when they were doing it, they were just doing it how a white person would do it or a black person or anyone else would do it? Okay, and they thought it was funny?
Yeah.
That's
it was just like
so
a big
interesting
joke
to
as
learn.
kids. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The thing you would do is, and look,
Don't
I'm
do
not
it.
doing it.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
No, don't even say
No?
it. You can't even. No, I swear people have been canceled for just saying the thing. Yeah, that's where we're at today.
Everybody used to do it. All the kids, Asian kids. There weren't that many white kids. The couple
You
of
were the
kids.
white kid.
There was
just like I was the white kid in my school.
There was like 2 or 3 of us, and when and one of my friends who I became friends with in 5th grade because we were both kind of derpy and white and nerdy and picked on a lot. His name was Travis. He's not actually even white. He is Hawaiian, but his mom's white and he looks like his mom. So he got picked on too. And it's funny because he is legitimate Hawaiian blood.
Don't matter. You got that skin color, man.
Yeah, it's so funny how that worked. And my sister, who's not Hawaiian either at all, and like
she's brown.
She's super brown. She fit right in, no issues. I look like my dad. My mom's Native American. She's super, like, you look at her and you're like, oh yeah, she looks Native American. She's so dark. She's got long, dark, straight hair, brown eyes,
big vagina,
super brown skin. God, I hope not.
That's what Norton always says.
Stretched it out.
No. Norton always says that Native American women have those big fatty vaginas, and I'm always like, how does he know that? Is that a thing?
He know that?
Is that a stereotype? I don't even know if that's true.
Is there a there's got to be a Native American porn category, right?
Yeah, but is it actually Native American?
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like the steps stuff. Step whatever. It's like that's not real.
Of course.
You could just be brown and go, I'm Native American. You don't know.
You don't know for sure.
You have no
that's
idea.
So hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, my sister is brown. She fit right in. I look like my dad, and it didn't go well for me.
It didn't go well for me either. I mean, I wasn't black, and that showed.
Yeah,
that's why my best friend in school first was Asian, because they don't like Asian people either.
Dennis.
Yeah,
Dennis
but then
is a gem.
But then my friend Hussein was black. He wasn't part of the hate all other races thing. So
Hussein's also a gem. Your friends are awesome.
Yeah.
Jerry, but you didn't. When did you meet Jerry?
I met Jerry later on in life.
Yeah. And then Johnny, who you met as an
later
adult.
on. But Cruz I met in middle school, and he's Puerto Rican. So it was Puerto Rican, Asian, and white. And black. Yeah, we were the UN.
Diverse friend group.
That's what I love when I worked on Ron and Fez, and like Ron was like, Nick's a sexist racist, and it's like I don't know why he would ever say those things, and it's like you realize I'm not. So you're projecting. Like I don't know.
You might be projecting. Yeah, you definitely can't be sexist. You're like the most supportive of your sex worker wife. Like.
Yes, I'm racist with all my non-white friends.
And your non-white friends. Yeah.
Okay.
And like you have. Isn't Cruz like very Republican?
Yeah, it's funny. So Hussein's black. He's Jamaican Muslim. Dennis is Asian military, right? Cruz is Puerto Rican Republican, big Trump guy.
Him and Hussein argue all the time.
But lovingly.
No, it's
but
great.
lovingly.
Their arguments are hilarious.
Yes.
Super entertaining, but they've been friends for what, 25 years?
We've all been friends from middle school.
Yeah, like it's
middle
so
school.
funny, but it's just hilarious, like how much you guys are like really breaking stereotypes. Because it is, I would never look at Dennis and picture military knowingly if I didn't know him, and he's been in for what, 20 years?
Since 18.
18 years.
I should have signed with him. I should have just signed up and just went for it.
You would have probably.
We would have never met, but I'm just saying, like, at least I would have had, even though he says it's not the best.
Well,
a lot of that early training, like boot camp, and then all the training after that.
I don't know if you would have lived through it.
I don't know either, because my
body
lungs,
is terrible.
yeah, my lungs and my body gives out. So who knows?
You're not in shape. I don't know if you would have passed the physical exam.
Yeah, you know, they need people. That was during the wars.
They would have been like, oh, all right, I guess.
I might have been dead by now. I might not be alive.
I was gonna say you were shipped. He was shipped off to
Kuwait and
all that shit, like in active duty, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and he was reservist, but you know they still sent.
They still sent him over.
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling us stories about how he would poop in bags when they were in trucks. They'd have to poop in bags and just throw them out into the desert.
Yeah, and I saw when he first joined, he told me a lot of people blown up, like just their guts on the ground. I'm like, oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, no, Dennis has seen some stuff. Dennis is another one like you where he's aggressive and angry, but I think because Dennis is a lot like you, I love all your friends, but I think I have a soft spot for Dennis because he reminds me so much of you. Where Dennis too, I hear him sometimes when they're playing games. If he puts the headphones down and goes into the other room,
angry.
I hear Dennis angrily yelling, and I'm like, oh, there's Dennis.
Yeah. Well, his parents didn't treat him right either.
No.
Different ways than I was,
Right.
but it was not great. And then the military
similar.
doesn't help with anger issues.
Oh, but that's what I was gonna say. Like he's seen some shit, and it shows sometimes.
Yeah.
It shows sometimes.
But we all make it work, is my point.
Yeah.
And the best part, all of us were walking. So, you know, you see the white guy, the black guy, the Asian, and the Spanish guy walking in New York City. And this black dude walked past us, and he sees all of us together. And he's like, yeah, like, good for you guys. Just like, you guys are all, that's great.
That's hilarious. I love that so much.
Yeah, that's the show.
That's a long one. And this was more of just a personal show than really an advice episode, but I feel like that's fun to do sometimes. Yeah. We really went into it this week.
So plug your Twitch.
Yeah, guys, watch my Twitch channel. There's been a fair amount of people that have come from YouTube have just discovered the show on YouTube and have started watching my Twitch channels, and they're all so great.
You're live when?
I'm live on Sunday at 7 p.m.
That's the big stream. That's the one you want to catch, the snack stream. Yeah.
Monday is the workout stream because I got to work off the snacks that I eat. If I eat candy every day, you bet your ass I'm going to be working out. Mm-hmm. Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern and Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
Sunday,
Tuesday's
Monday,
just a hangout.
Just a hangout
just sit
day.
on this couch and just chilling.
We just chat. We talk about stuff. And I love interacting with the chat because I have the greatest community. I really do. There's such a freaking awesome group of humans.
And actually, if you're watching YouTube, you don't know this, but she's been doing this for months now on Twitch. She's been raising money for new boobs.
Oh my God, boobies.
She had her consultation. Mm-hmm. We found out it's going to be $10,600.
Yep.
And we have how much money already?
Almost 3,000.
Almost 3,000. So if you want to contribute to that, you know, hop on Twitch, donate $1 or $2. If you just want to donate on YouTube, you can do that now. There's a donate button that will just help for helping us live.
Moving.
Yes, because we're kind of screwed.
We'll figure it out.
And what else is there? And I guess OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, OnlyFans. Subscribe to OnlyFans. That's another great way to support. If you're like, look, I want to give you some money, but I also want to see some. It's $10 a month. That's 33 cents a day. You want to see some boobs? I do some pay-per-views, but I do like 2 or 3 of those a month, and I send a lot of free stuff out to or not free, but with the subscription, I make sure to send out a lot of content. I work pretty hard on my OnlyFans, so yeah. Give it a subscribe. You can message me there. I always answer my messages. I try to do it daily. Every once in a while, there's a day or two where I miss messages, but then I always go back. I always check and answer all of my messages.
And hopefully soon, we did a test show on Twitch. You and Jenna are going to do a live show
on
hopefully
Fridays.
Here on YouTube.
Yes, that's
we don't know, Thursday or Friday. We're still working out the kinks because schedules are all over the place.
Jenna is fantastic. You guys have been so nice to Jenna. She loves all of you. You guys love her. It just seemed like a natural fit to have her come and do a live stream because it seems like we get along really well. We always have we never run out of stuff to talk about. So that's been really fun. So yeah, check that out. We've got a lot of stuff going on, and the people that support. I think I'm emotional because I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
I've been I just love you guys so much.
And to Viper Hot Rod Ben, go screw yourself. Just buy a big ass dildo and just shove it up there and just ride that.
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for your concern, but I'm good.
You pedal yourself. You're gonna regret it when you're older.
I'm gonna be happy that I used my young hot body when I could before it turned old and saggy and wrinkly.
Yes.
I'll look back on photos and be like, man, look how tight my ass
How about
was.
this? How about this? Viper Hot Rod Ben. She'll stop doing all of that if you give her money, like a big cash money, to not have to work anymore. Then she'll be able to stop for you. How about that, buddy? How about that?
Give me $500,000.
There you go. Easy peasy, you piece of garbage.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.